Should you sacrifice your passion? Passion, a strong emotion, a driving force, eternal fuel. In the right circumstances, it will serve you well, but if left untamed, will burn you at both ends. People will praise you when your passion brings success, yet ostracize you when it doesn't immediately do so. They will even go as far as to tell you to just quit whatever you are passionate about when it brings neither fame nor fortune at the moment, which is a very dangerous idea or command to follow, because quitting, sacrificing, or destroying your passion simply due to external opinion of other people and the whims of fame or fortune is not such a great idea. No, what you decide to do with your passion must first come from within. Does your passion bring joy, peace, or contentment? Does it bring sadness, fear, or pain? It is from within how you should decide and move on. Secondly, its long-term outlook. Is it sustainable? Does it help others? Is it a healthy component of your lifestyle? These should be your considerations regarding passion. During my time in senior high school, I doubted going to college. I had heard of so many suggestions of business and entrepreneurship shenanigans that made me question the education system moving forward. However, I still planned to do so with the intent of studying the fine arts. But upon sharing this proposition with my parents, they decimated the notion and were mildly offended at the thought. Hence, I proceeded to go suggest the next best option, physics. Then they argued I would be but a teacher. Then I said engineer. Then they argued you'd have to look for a job instead of having the job look for you. That was until I was cornered into their trap of picking either physical therapy, medical technology, or nursing, essentially bottlenecking me to the medical field. Although, in their defense, my parents practiced, networked, and thrived within the medical field. Thus, it is no wonder why they would put me in that situation. Alas, as convenient as it was, and it might be to my benefit, that decision broke me. I had spent the better part of my time in senior high school experimenting, learning, and practicing multiple fields of interests and disinterests, eventually discovering that I indeed have the drive to pursue the craft of painting and the art of storytelling, seconded only by the interest of hobby electronics, and I despised anything to do with biology. Which baffles me till this day because my pusillanimous 18-year-old self was so pathetic that he chose to do medical technology, the lesser of three evils, due to the fear instilled within him by the power and expectations of how he saw his parents. To make things worse, my mother even tried to coerce me to changing back to my previous decision of going for electrical engineering, on the very night before applying for the medical technology course. My father made fun of me for not going for architecture, which was essentially drawing and mathematics combined, right when I was in the middle of the first semester of medical technology. Guilted, insulted, and lost. Now in the end, despite my feelings for my parents, ultimately it was my fault for giving into fear and temptations. I realize now that then I was mentally shattered, dazed, and confused. The very reason why I had to experiment with my interests in the first place was in order to truly show to myself my devotion to the craft of art and technology. Looking back at it, the whole scenario was just one bad idea to no one's fault. But that was no proper cause to sacrifice my passion. From the very first day to the very last day of my years studying medical technology, I did not stop drawing, painting, building, and doing electronics. Because if I stopped, if I sacrificed my passion, I would not be here today. My passion became the very reason why I would wake up early, finish projects or assignments, pass exams, graduate, and eventually pass the boards. Because if I failed in these things, it would negatively affect the time I would have to practice my passions, which during my college years were slim enough. to the point where I missed out on so much college life. I didn't go to a lot of parties, I didn't, meet a lot of women, because I spent most of my free time doing my paintings, my comics eventually. Even if I will never make profit from my art, electronics, or crafts, I will definitely find a way to earn such money in order to live a life where I am able to live my passions. For my passions are the reason why I live. Even if I never become a professional comic book maker, renowned painter, cosplayer, YouTuber, or whatever, so long as I get the freedom to do these things through working a medical job, business, or whatnot, so long as I get the freedom to create, my passion will serve as unlimited fuel, even in the most unlikely of machines. So you see, passion, such as in the endeavor of the arts, not only fuel the study and practice of the craft itself, but other important things such as your academics, professional work, even things like discipline or health. Because being passionate about art forced me to take my school and academics seriously in order to make time for art, to work a job zealously in order to fund my making of art, to pursue discipline and health so that I could live longer and function properly, in order to make more art. Passion is a powerful driving force. Wouldn't it make sense to use it rather than discard it? Even now, the only reason why I even persist on doing medical technology, or even proceeding to medicine eventually, is because I want to secure a future where I am free to do my passion, which is painting, drawing, and building. Even if by the very nature and design of your passion, it's not valuable in a market sense, extract value from it in alternative means, like documenting it, making instructions to whatever craft you have, or tell a story about it. Discarding something you are passionate about is a close-minded approach to the art of life. Get creative with it. Use it to fuel your studies, work. Modify it. Document it. The craft is simple. Minimize regret and maximize fulfillment and purpose. In the end, no matter what path you choose, you will always be pressured by people around you, friend or foe. Ultimately, your true choice is to either be pressured while pursuing something assigned to you, or be pressured while pursuing something that you make of yourself. With that being said, I hope these experiences help you on your way, and know that when you pursue something, no one will have the right to judge you for not having tried. Of course, keep in mind with all that I've said, so long as you don't hurt anyone or yourself with your passion, then it's cool and good. Otherwise, perhaps there are other problems to tend to, but that would be a story for another time. Goodbye.